That looks nice. Look right here. Hey, great morning, Jason here. Gonna do a walk and I'm gonna talk a little bit. I'm waiting for a few people to come on, then I'm gonna start going into today's subject matter. Another beautiful morning here in Lusaka. Nice cool breeze. Look like it might get some rain today, maybe. Hey, Sam, how you doing, brother? Yeah, it's a nice area here. Real cool area over here. I'm about to end up leaving, though, and move to a different side of town. So I think within the next month or two, I'm gonna, in the next month or two, I'll be in a different side of town. Now, I don't know how this view look for you, but with your eyes, this is such a beautiful view you can see so far. You see how much trees are here in Lusaka? Real nice place. Yeah, Copper Belt is a lot cheaper. I like the Copper Belt too. I was actually going to move there this year. I wasn't going to stay here any longer. The only reason I'm not moving there now is just because I have the land to develop. Excuse me. So I'm thinking I'll probably be in Lusaka area for maybe 2 or 3 more years until all the land is finished developed. And then I'm going to go to Copper Belt. And then I might even go to Northern Province, stay in those areas for a little while just to start seeing what opportunities are there. I went and got my application for the minerals permit yesterday. And so once I get that knocked out, that's going to be good. And I'm going to have to, that'll give me more reasons to start traveling too. I can just start finding some of these people with personal minds and then getting certain minerals to move around. Because you have 2 houses in the Copper Belt, right? They are building here. These houses they just built. All right, so today's subject, if you didn't see the title, we're going to talk about stop listening to that inner voice and take action. Now, this is something that I think a lot of us make mistakes, and this is what hold a lot of us back, is when we want to do something, whenever you want to do something or achieve something new, it's scary because you've never been there. Or it's scary because you've lost it already. And so a lot of times we let our inner voice talk to us. And that inner voice is that voice that's trying to keep you safe. It's telling you like, oh, don't do it. Don't do this. Yeah, there's a lot of security here. A very secure area. There's supposed to be security guards driving around too, but I haven't seen them. I will say they're lazy on that part. And so just to give you an example, like this morning, since I've been doing these morning walks and doing the lives while I'm doing it, it's keeping me consistent to get back in shape, get my health back, really start prioritizing myself. But like today when I woke up, that inner voice was like, oh man, you're hurting. Don't hurt yourself. Your legs hurt, your back hurting. Just take a break. One more day resting will not hurt you. Even though yesterday was my break day, and I did a lot of stretching yesterday to help stretch out the muscles, prevent injuries, things of that nature. And then it just dawned on me that inner voice is the thing that holds us back. So I started thinking about like everything that I've ever done in this life. It's that inner voice that's telling you like, oh, be careful, be careful. When the truth is, we didn't come here to be careful. We came here to learn, to grow, to expand. And the only way you can shut that inner voice up after a while is taking action. You must get into action immediately. And this is where I think, because none of us have been taught what the mind is on a realistic level, because the mind is it is a multidimensional thing. It isn't the brain. The brain is the switch work that helps electricity be generated, and the electricity is made into different things. Like if you ever heard the saying energy is, it cannot be destroyed or created. Energy just is. It always is. Excuse me. And the mind is what puts that energy into motion. And so because we do not have a true understanding of the mind, we're not able to truly reach our dreams and everything that we want effectively or consistently. And this is where modern school, modern psychology, all of these things are failing us now as a society. Good morning. And you have to learn how to get control of your mind. Because if you don't, your mind will run off of autopilot of the society. And the way society runs the mind on autopilot, it is for you not to succeed. Yeah, my mom, the wrong side. I sure am. Hold on, there's a car coming. And so because of that, and also the mind is 3 parts. It's your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and it is actually your physical body, the temple. You have to get all 3 of those things moving in the same direction, or you will not be able to move into the space that you want to go to. Let me change it on me for a second. Too many people in front of me. Zambia is the most underrated expat destination. Yes. Zambia is underrated. It is not on anyone's, good morning. It's not on anyone's radar. No one's talking about this place. It's the safest country I've been in around the world so far. I even say it's safer than Amsterdam. It has its little problems here, but there's not the major problems you see in other countries. I think one of the things that is stopping Zambia from being like some big tourist destination is a lot of people don't want to admit they're not looking for opportunities and stuff like that. They're looking for their Sodom and Gomorrah. That's the best way I can put it. That's what most people are looking for. And there's nothing wrong with that. Let me just say that. To each their own. And so going back to the mind, like I was saying, the mind is made up of 3 parts: the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the body. All 3 of those combined is what the mind is. And so because of that, most of us only operate in our conscious mind. Our conscious mind is the weakest part of the mind because it's what we take in from our senses. So our senses is what usually controls and manipulates our conscious mind. And if you just think about it, like on a really hot day, how if you look at the concrete or the ground in front of you, it look like there's steam or water coming up. The conscious mind can be manipulated because it does not refract energy or light in a precise way. The subconscious mind Let me move on the other side. I don't like having cars in my back. So the subconscious mind is problematic because that part of our mind locks up anywhere between 5 and 9 years old, depending on your upbringing, how much trauma's been in place. Around between 5 and 9 years old, the subconscious mind closes. And most of us are not taught how to reopen it to put new programming in. So the subconscious mind is our habitual programs. This is how we live 95% of our life. People don't know this. 95% of our actions are actually based off the subconscious, and about 5% are based off of the conscious, which then moves the body into action. And even though a lot of us want to think we're consciously making decisions for ourselves, we're not. We're unconsciously making them. This is why you may eat certain things. If you have control of, like, if you're depressed, what your patterns of habits are, you'll start knowing that that is all subconsciously. If you can bring up a feeling of depression, you will actually start seeing like, oh, I'm routinely doing certain things. And so like we have to start getting these things under control to develop to the next level of life. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, we're no longer in the age of beast, and we're no longer in the age after that. It's like a beast man or something where we are kind of civil. We're now moving to the age of the spiritual man. And this is where we look after one another. We're doing things that's more socially conscious. We want to see others develop and be living their best life. Also, like, the level of greed is going away from the world. And so we can't progress there if we don't get the mind under control. Let me see, what does Sam say? Lived in Bali, was expat in that place, has now been destroyed by arrogant foreigners and prices. Oh, I've heard about that. I heard Bali is horrible now. Let me turn the camera around. Not too many people in front of me. There we go. Yeah, I've heard Bali is horrible now. And I've heard the prices are expensive too. That's I hate to say that expats destroyed, because I saw it firsthand in Panama, how prices went up like 40%. And that's one of the reasons I left. I'm like, if I'm starting to pay like Miami prices, I might as well be in a nicer place in the US than deal with any language barrier. Whew. Man, I'm still feeling mucus. But I don't know if you can fully blame it on expats. Some of it is locals' fault too. And this is why even here I try to tell people, quit overcharging people. Even if it's not as much money, because people are coming with dollars or a euro or something. The more you overcharge someone, and that becomes just your normal thing, what you're doing is you're destroying it, because once those people finally leave, how's your economy going to come back up? You're now dependent on people coming with foreign money all the time. And I don't think people understand that. So many people thinking about eating for now, and they're not thinking about how to eat for a lifetime. Because I see it here sometimes in town. They hear the accent, they want to add an extra 2,000 or 3,000 kwacha. And guess what happened? I don't buy. Not really, Zam. Because honestly, none of the Westerners go to the places that I go to. So they're not getting overcharged. And those are the only places where you are going to be overcharged. So like a friend of mine here, they needed a coffee grinder. And so I went to town to get them a coffee grinder. And it was like 100 kwacha. If they would have got it from the store, it would have been anywhere from 600 to maybe 1,000 kwacha. I think 100 kwacha is like $4 for an electric coffee grinder. So because they don't really go there, they don't get overcharged. So it is a kind of a good thing. Most people do not have a grasp of how many Westerners are actually here. There's a decent number, but it's not a large amount of us. So one of the things I'm actually doing to try to help with that is either I just go to places or I have my girlfriend go and get stuff for people. Also, I don't recommend shops directly unless I know they're being legit and honest, because people just don't understand how much business can come their way if people are not overspending. Because you may know this, Zam, like one of the biggest problems with expat life is it gets really overpriced the more you have to overspend. And a lot of people don't talk about that. That's one of the reasons I love Colombia. Colombians, people can talk bad about them all they want, but when it comes to business, they were good people. As long as you understand some Spanish, you can speak Spanish, joke with them, have a conversation. I've never gotten ripped off there. I used to hop on buses, go to different cities, go different parts of the country, and it was a really good place. Even South Africa, people talk bad about it. I've never once got ripped off in South Africa. Not once have anybody ever tried to rip me when it comes to money, charge me. Even if I forgot the chain, would hold it for me until they see me again. Really great people in SA. In Zambia, great people. And you can attest for this now, especially if you're in the Western and the Copper Belt when you be here. The people are good people, honest people. It's just a few bad apples here in Lusaka. Unfortunately, those few bad apples, they get way more attention than the people that are good here. So that is really good. I keep telling people, my guys, they speak English here. Because I don't know what it is. For some reason, you Google Zambia, other African countries, they don't tell you that they speak. So I do not understand what that's about. And it's really annoying. Because people are afraid to come here because of the language barrier. But then they go to Eastern Africa, like Tanzania, people mainly speak Swahili. Let me see. Trying to center it. There we go. I would say one of the biggest things with Zambia, people need to get out of their head thinking they're a main character. Because they're really, really scared of if they see you filming. And it's like, no one's, look at you, my guy. Nobody cares what you're doing. So that's one of the biggest issues here is the filming. I appreciate it. Man, this phone here that I'm using, I feel like the camera is better than the iPhone, and it's not even half the price of the iPhone. This is one of the cheaper techno phones here, and I even got it even cheaper because it was on sale. Because I gotta see if I got the footage on my camera. I was trying to show one of the places that make furniture the other day. And then they're like, oh, no, don't show my face, don't show my face. And I'm like, dude, nobody want to see your face. Nobody cares about you. You're not doing anything interesting in life to where someone is coming looking for you. And so because of that, they don't understand how they're hurting their own businesses. Like when I was in Jumbo, the wholesale place here, I was filming so I can show the Westerners here, hey, here's a wholesale place. You can come stock up on washing powder, toilet paper, all these things one time. You never have to worry about it again. And so then it was like, you can't film, you can't film. I'm like, guys, you do understand with business, the more business the company gets, the more money you should be earning. And I think that's one of the problems here. They're not doing any form of profit sharing within the country, and they're not doing any commission based. To pay salary is a crime. You have to be doing everything commission based. People need to understand the harder they work, the more money that they can earn for themselves and their family. All right, we're going to stop at the signpost and turn around. I'm not buying a car yet because everything right now is about money making. And so I'm actually getting a car July, putting that on Yango, and then start earning money. And then probably next year, I'm going to get 2 more cars. And then the second will be mine. The third one will go on Yango. So that's why I'm doing everything different this time around. That's why I'm not focused on learning the language or anything. Only focusing all of my energy on business and producing money. I appreciate it. I like doing this style, to be honest, because it's actually fun. It gives me it makes me do my exercises. And then also, like, I get tired of the professor style video where it's just me in my desk talking, and then it just gets boring. It gets really boring. Yeah, it's a lot better than the room. But once I get the place, house I'm gonna get is bigger. Actually, I'm gonna actually have an electrician that I use here. My electrician, I'm gonna have him actually deck the whole house, the room out with lights. I'm gonna probably put up signs and everything and have it ready for just a filming studio. I'm gonna do soundproofing and everything. Excuse me. All right, there's another street down there with just houses. Public transport, I use it. I don't recommend using it. It's their taxi buses. It's chaotic, unorganized. No, you will get ripped off that. You'll get ripped off if you do the taxi buses, so I don't recommend them. I don't use them. I just use Django, with a version of Uber. And then I have private drivers that I use also. Yeah, public transportation, I don't recommend it. They don't have any like city buses and anything like that. They need it. Honestly, they need a train. The country is too big. It's too difficult to move around the country. And even with your personal car, like, it takes forever to get to other parts of the country because it's so huge. A speed train, a light speed rail here. So hopefully, since that mining accident with the incident with the Chinese, I would force the government to start building light speed rails here. If I was in the government, I would bring them back to the renegotiation tables. I would be arresting people in the mines, the people that's over it. I would be banning them from the country and then let them know, hey, if you want to get all of this stuff released and start over fresh, this is what you must do for the country to help develop it. And I would use them that way. But I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. Some of the countries here, they just need to understand negotiating better. A lot of them negotiate from the losing side point, and they don't negotiate from the winning side point. Oh man, it feels good out here today. It's about 25 minutes. See, these little walks go quick too. And this one's just around my neighborhood. Once I move, I'm gonna be walking around that neighborhood also. I don't consider Lusaka a walkable city. You can walk and people walk, but like sidewalk, things of that nature. They haven't done any of those things yet. I still say it's more bush than anything out here, even with the city. Whew. It's actually feel good now. Only catches now, I'm just waiting on my running shoes to get here. Good morning. I'm just waiting on my running shoes to get here from China, because they do not carry size 13 here anywhere, man. I didn't put the camera on me. There we go. Hey, little buddy. What's up, little man? Yeah, you're vicious, I know. Yeah, you're a big dog. Yeah, you're a big dog. No matter where you go in the world, little dogs are dogs. No one. That's a house. I have to really give it to some of these people. They built some nice houses there. Also, if you see how to film without people just coming up to me angry, people notice that I'm not filming them. So if you are thinking about being a content creator, don't be filming women and don't be just filming people. Like, you can tell us it's filming you. We'll get upset at that, but if they see you in general or you filming yourself, they're not gonna say anything to you. I love this driveway. This is the other part about living over here where I'm at. I don't get to talk to these people. Like, you talk to the people who work on the grounds, but who actually live in the houses. Man, most of these people are working nonstop. You do not get to have a real civil conversation with them. You know, the most that may happen as they're leaving for work, you say hi, or they're coming home at night. People out here working, man. There's a big misconception of all the people who have money in the countries are criminals. There's some hard workers out here, and I have to give them that respect on that. Okay, I can switch it around now. They're far ahead, yeah. No, they do not like being filmed. I don't know if it's maybe be like a thinking of witchcraft or something, or if it's something they just used in the past here. They do not like being filmed, but I don't think they understand you're always being filmed. Where you are in the world, you're being filmed. And so, like, I don't think they understand, like, we're in a new world now, and the new world that we're in, people need to see things. Like, everyone is a visual buyer, visual learner in a certain degree. And so the countries that are refusing to accept filming are the countries that you see that are more behind business-wise, because not as many people coming. No, I'm not doing the GoPro. So the problem with the GoPro is they overheat very easy. And the GoPro is a great camera, but once the GoPro overheats, it has problems. And this is every model that I've seen. And so that's why I don't do the GoPro. I have an action camera, an Insta360, and I have the Feiyu Pocket 3. Now, the Feiyu Pocket 3 is a really good camera. The only problem with it is where they put the microphone, you cover it up with your hand if you're not being careful. And so because of that, sometimes the audio is real bad. I'm going to be showing, but the footage is amazing. The footage for the Feiyu Pocket 3 is beautiful footage. I think it's better than the GoPro, actually. And so I'm actually going to end up getting, I have to justify it. I can't just go spend it right now. DJI Osmo 3. That is the best action camera on the market. It's handheld. It has a 1-inch sensor. You can put a lapel to it. Really great microphone. It only catches like if you're in the US or the UK, It's about 500 or 600 US dollars. Here it costs 700 US dollars. And so I just can't justify it right now. And besides that, I'm getting ready to go to South Africa. So next month I'm gonna be in South Africa for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I need to go set up some things there, some business that I'm about to do. I have 2 drones. I have 2 mini drones. I use those to actually practice flying and get good with it. It goes back to like, I don't just like to buy things because it's the most expensive. And I don't want to break the DJI drones. Those are the best on the market, DJI. And I think those are like 400 or 500 also. Like it's expensive when you go start getting into the real good content creation stuff. It gets really expensive fast. And so I will end up getting it eventually. I want to use them to survey land and stuff like that. And I want to eventually start exploring some of the remote parts of the country. Because what I'm noticing is there's hidden gems all over this country, man. People do not know what is here in Zambia. And it's a crime that no one is talking about it. Like even just the ride up to Eastern province when I went to Chapata. Chapata was beautiful, man. It reminded me of living in Colombia. The weather was amazing. The views was amazing. Okay, it looked like you're in the valley of a volcano. But I kept asking people, I'm like, there used to be volcanoes here? And everybody was like, no, it's just hills. But I was like, this is crazy. The weather was beautiful. The scenery was beautiful. So I have to end up going back to Chapata. I want to film more there. And then next year, I'm going to a cultural event that's going to be out here. And film that, well, film as much as I can. Because some of those things, you can't film certain things because of cultural attire and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a lot here. And then I still have to go to the Ministry of Tourism to get a permit to film. I feel like once I get the permit to be able to legally film here, that'll cut through a lot of the issues. And then people just can't say anything after that. Because then it's literally, I have permission through the Ministry of Tourism. Now we're just walking back up to the house. I think I should make it there in it's 40 minutes in. It's a beautiful walk. It just sucks doing it with basketball shoes on. Like this is the only catch is like if you're someone with big feet, Africa does not have shoes your size. But like Zam, if you plan on doing any content creation whenever you come back, get all of your equipment there. It's going to be cheaper. Get all your equipment there. I would do a DJI Osmo 3 handheld gimbal. You can clip it to you. And if you're looking at a drone, I would do the DJI drone. Just make sure you do the mini because then you don't have to register with air traffic control. If you get the bigger ones, they do have to be registered with air traffic control. And you also have to get permission to take those across the borders. So just be cautious of that. All right, this is good. I already feel better now getting this walk in. But what I start doing also, I start back using my action camera, and I'll probably start walking in the evenings with that one on, or when I'm around different places. That way you can see stuff. Put it on me. So I try not to really film people, or especially kids and stuff. So many creepers out here nowadays. You got to be cautious. I need to find, there's supposed to be a resort somewhere out here. I need to find it. I don't know exactly how to get there, and the map doesn't show it. But it's supposed to be a real nice resort out here. And so I am gonna find it one day and I'll film it for you to know. Okay, we can turn back around. See, so there's a plot. So like this people, they just haven't had money to start building again. That's why it's looking like that. But you see some really beautiful houses over here. I don't know if they show this on Western media. I know they don't show the people speaking English. Hey, little bird. Oh, also, if anybody's coming here, there is an American mechanic that they have their own shop here. So you will be able to get quality service on your cars. So if you're coming here and you're moving here and you get a car and you worry about maintenance on your vehicle, there are Americans here. It's a family, really great family. I went and actually saw their shop the other day. I'm gonna probably talk with them today or tomorrow and see if I can come up there one day and film it, show you where it is, so you'll know. Really great family, great values, good people. And I was shocked by all of the equipment they brought here. It made me feel like I was back in the US working in a parts store. So I will end up doing that. I still have to go and start filming lodges. I'm gonna start staying at lodges for maybe 1 or 2 days, film it, show you what they like. So hopefully I can find some good ones for anybody that's coming. What else I have to do? I think I'm going to look at land this weekend, maybe. It's not set in stone. If it's not this weekend, it might be next weekend or something. But I am going to be going to look at some land. I think that area, the signal isn't good enough to go live. I'll try if I can, but if I can't, it'll just be evergreen footage that I'll share with you also. So I even have to start going and looking at my land, getting things ready for it. Because now that the rainy season is pretty much over, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the clearing of the land. And then I'm gonna start getting the foundation together and all of that. But first thing I'm gonna build up is the shops before I build my homes. Because the shops, I'm gonna put them, they're just gonna be shell shops. I know one is gonna be a supermarket, have like a butcher, everything that the community will need in a hardware store. Sure. And then from there, I'm gonna just rent them out. I'm gonna just let other people rent them out. And it's already everything set up because I want to, maybe the military in me, I want everything to be a certain standard and everything to be uniformed. I don't like how people just come from different regions and they open up shops and it's like, there's nothing that looks the same. So for me, I'm bringing that uniformity even to the neighborhood. Oh, Zoom is looking good. I'm not the only one talking on here because I'm doing the straight recording to YouTube. So it's not easier for people to talk to. I'm not using Streamlabs. If I was using Streamlabs, it would be a lot better. Plus, this is a video. This isn't just a live, it's a walk and talk video. So that's why. Because most of my audience is in the US, they're asleep right now. And so when they wake up and see this, it'll be morning for them, and it's still a morning walk and talk. And it's part of content creation. You're always talking to yourself. Don't get it. Don't think it's anything else. Every form of content creation, unless it's an interview, you're talking to yourself. You're not talking to anyone else. And it's just a skill set you have to learn as if you're talking into a teleprompter like a journalist. But that's it for today. That was today's walk. We are finished. And it's time for me to get in the house, get breakfast going, shower, and start out my day. I appreciate it, Zam. Appreciate it. I still need to visit Australia. I still need to go out there. Who's it? Oh, is that the cleaner? I don't know who that is. Whew. Hey, you know what's funny, Zam? When I first started doing the channel and stuff, it was I felt crazy talking to myself, talking to a camera. Now it's just simple. All right, that's it for today, guys. Let me flip the camera. That's it for today. I'm finna start getting some work done, shower, get the usuals, and I will catch you tomorrow. And just remember this, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.